Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am very excited because we are going to be finishing off our mini canvas painting series. This has been so much fun and I can't wait to have all 6 of the paintings right here on display and I will hang them on my wall. But first we have to paint the very last one, which is right here, which this painting is going to be of Captain Rex from Star Wars Clone Wars. Now, this is a really cool character. I love his design and everything. He's got really cool markings on his helmet, and he's a very loyal soldier, but he can also think for himself. And if you have not seen the Clone Wars series, definitely go watch them. They're very good. So before we can get to work on the background, I got to sketch Rex out so we can see what pose he's going to be in and I know where to put the background. So let's get into the sketch. Here is our little sketch of Rex. He's gonna look really cool, like he's ready for a fight. Ready to blast some droids or something like that. I did take my kneaded eraser and kind of dab it over the pencil because it was getting really dark, and as I was painting the other 5 paintings, it was kind of picking up in the paint, so it was making the paint a little bit darker. Didn't want that to happen too much. Now it is time to move on to the background. I'm going to do a nice orange background to complete the rainbow of colors that we've been doing for the backgrounds in my paintings, and it is going to look super cool, I hope. So let's get going. The background on this one, and I don't know, I'm not quite happy with this. The more I look at it, the more it reminds me of a Cheeto, honestly. So I think I am going to fix this one a little bit. Now if I look at last week's video, Sabine Wren, this one turned out really well, I think, so definitely go check this video out if you haven't already seen it. I think that this one works better because the background has a lot more contrast in it. The darker purple is right against the very light purple, and I think that really sets it off. And this one is kind of just a flat orange color, so I'm going to try to put more contrast in the background of this one. Just get it right till I'm happy with it before we move on to Rex, which it would be harder to change then, so let's do it now. Alright guys, I think this looks a lot better, a lot less Cheeto-ish. Yeah, I think it looks a lot better. There's a little bit more contrast in here, lighter colors. I think my problem before was I had too bright of an orange, so I kind of toned it down a little bit with some darker reds and browns and white, so I think that works now. So let's paint his helmet first. Guys, we got Rex's face on here and it's looking pretty cool. I had to use my tiniest brush to get a lot of the details in there because it was so small. I did add a little bit of dirt and grime around his helmet just to, you know, make it look like he's been through some battles. He's gotten his face stuck in the dirt or something. Anyway, with the helmet done and looking pretty dirty, let's move on to the rest of the body and finish this painting off. Let's go! Guys, here is Rex all painted, but of course he is missing the final detail, which is the highlight in his visor. So let me add that now.
It's all in the wrist.
Alright, here he is, Rex, all painted and finished. I think this one turned out really good. I love his design, all of the armor, and his little symbol up here is really cool. I love that. If you only look at it right here, it looks like he's standing up, but when you do this, you can see that he is kind of like kneeling down a little bit. So that was a little tricky to figure out, but I think it works. Alright, now it is time to show all 6 paintings together, and I'm really excited to see how they all look as a whole. So let me grab the other ones. In my first video, I painted this little baby Yoda. It's not really my favorite one. I think I overdid the highlights a little bit, but it was very challenging, and I think I did the best that I could on this. His ears also look a little strange because they get cut off by the edges of the canvas, but I think it's okay. As long as you can turn it and see that his ears are there, it's okay. In my second video, I painted Ahsoka Tano, which is my absolute favorite Star Wars character. She's really cool. I love her so much. She's got her horns up here, her cool outfit, and I think this one turned out pretty well. I did not do 2 coats on some of the places, and that kind of shows through a little bit, but I think overall it turned out pretty well.
That wasn't so hard.
Alright, in my third video, I painted Bo-Katan, and she turned out really cool, mostly because of how the blue contrasts with the yellow background. I really love how that looks, and yellow and gray always go really well together, I think, so that also helped. She looks super cool. In my fourth video, I painted Scorch from Republic Commando. I think he turned out pretty cool. The background is a lot darker than all of the other ones are. His helmet is misshapen just a little bit, and I think his body got a little small. I always have problems with proportions of bodies, but I think it works.
Make up your mind, sir.
In my fifth video, I painted Sabine Wren from Star Wars Rebels. Now, I really love this one. Background looks super cool, I think, because the dark and the light are right next to each other. Lots of contrast, and she just has a ton of colors and different textures and everything going on with her armor and her hair. So I really like how this one turned out. And finally, ending the group off with Rex. I think this set looks really good together, and I'm really proud of how these turned out. They're definitely not perfect. There are a lot of things that I would change with these, and overall I am pretty happy with them. Definitely tell me down below in the comments which one is your favorite, and if you would tweak them in any way. Also, tell me what your favorite Star Wars characters are, because I really want to know. This has been a super fun series, and I'm really glad that you guys came along to watch. Thank you so much for watching these videos. It really helps me out. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Bounty hunter scum! Hut slime!
Can we shut this guy up already?